Hello everyone, hope that you're doing well. Today's message is going to be a little bit different, and I'll explain why here in just a second. But I do encourage you to take a look at Philippians chapter 3 verses 7 through 14. I encourage you can pause the video now and take a look at that and then pick back up. But I do encourage you to look at it. It is our scripture for the week at Faison United Methodist Church. And feel as if these videos work best if we participate in them together. So I encourage you to read those words from Philippians chapter 3. With that said, I haven't exactly felt like myself the last couple of weeks. I felt as if I had a pretty good rhythm in life, and then that rhythm has been disrupted. There's been some challenges. It's been a strange couple of weeks, and it's caused me to not feel fully me. So just being honest and transparent there. I tried this week to go through all the good study, all the good exegetical work, we call it, of diving into scripture to prepare a preached word that goes into great detail into a particular scripture, breaking it down, making it relevant, doing all those things that we preachers try to do. And I realized yesterday that I probably wasn't going to do too good of a job at that this week. Kind of at an end of words until things start feeling a little bit more, I don't like the word, but a little bit more normal for me. So today, what I'm going to offer is a testimony. And I do feel as if we do not testify enough in the church. Not just the preacher testifying, but all the people testifying. So today I'm going to testify in the hopes that you can identify. And maybe through that identification, if you're not at least motivated to approach life a different way, you can at least find some identification with what I'm about to say. With this loss of rhythm that I've had in life, I haven't been so successful in being able to feel as if I have good balance. One of the good things that's come out of that is that I've started bowling again. A lot of you know that I'm passionate about bowling. It's something I've done on and off for my entire life. And so I've been able to bowl a little bit more. And I've bowled in a few tournaments. A couple Sundays ago, I won my first tournament as an adult, and I was ecstatic, just very, very happy to be able to get that win. It was a big win for me against a lot of really great competition. So I went back to try again on Thursday night to win another tournament, again, a tough competition. And I had to bowl 4 games, and at the end of the 3rd game, I found myself in first place overall. And so I'm thinking there's a really good chance I'm going to win back-to-back tournaments when I've never won a tournament in my life. And so the last game doesn't end well. I had bowled 37 frames without a split. And most of you know what a split is in bowling. 37 frames without a split. And then I bowled a split in the 8th frame, the 9th frame, and the 10th frame. And I was unable to convert any of those splits into spares. Had I not done that, had I continued on in my pace, I'd averaged 239 for my first 3 games was my average, 239. And all I had to do was to shoot somewhere around 200 in the last game to have a really good shot at winning the tournament. And because of those 3 splits, I ended up bowling a 162. Most of you who also know me also know that I'm quite competitive, and I don't like losing, but I still left the bowling alley feeling okay. You know, I averaged 220 for the night, and far exceeded my own expectations, and just grateful to go out and to be able to do something like that, to be able to do something that I enjoy, and to be able to compete, and to be able to get out of the house. It was good. I felt okay. So I get into the truck and I start making my way back to Faison. I'm in Wilson, which is about a 50-minute drive from Faison. And I'm driving along and, you know, reliving those last 3 frames and thinking about what could have been. And, but still grateful to be out of the house and grateful to bowl. And I'm driving and I happen to notice a road sign that tells me that I am 20 or 30 miles from Greenville. And for those of you who aren't familiar with where we live, that's nowhere near Faison. I'd missed a turn to get on the right 4-lane highway and ended up on the other 4-lane highway, which took me very far away from home. So I end up in Farmville, and that's nowhere near here. And I have to stop, put in my home address into my GPS. And mind you, I've made this trip numerous times before and never had a problem. So I had to put in the address in the GPS, thinking, well, surely there's some shortcut from here to get back home. No, there wasn't. According to the GPS, my quickest option was just to turn around and go back from where I came. So I did that for about 20 miles, and yeah, I eventually got home. After losing and being lost. By the time I got home, I was actually able to laugh at myself like I'm able to do now. Especially that first 20 miles and turn around going back. It wasn't very funny, but I was able to laugh at myself when I got home. And I also realized when I got home that I have really good quality of problems in my life today. It's been a tough couple of weeks for a lot of different reasons, but in all reality, I have good quality of problems in life today. Not only that, but I'm reminded that life is a gift. With all of its uh-oh moments, with all of its scary moments, its horrific moments, its joyful moments, its wins, its losses, it's still a gift. And then this morning when I woke up and I started thinking about what I was going to testify this week, I remembered that last week I preached on the necessity of being lost so that you may be found. That was the gist of the message last week, is you must be lost so that you may be found, and how necessary that is for this particular type of life, this life of faith. And so I realized I realized that the best thing that could have happened to me this week was to lose and to get lost. Stay well, friends. Know that you are loved. And may the peace of God come into your life so that you too can be okay with losing and being lost. Amen.